Kensington Palace has released a statement thanking well-wishers, but asking the public to give the Princess of Wales a bit of space. Well, joining me now is the former royal editor at The Sun, Charlie Rae. Charlie, the royal family has asked for privacy, yet we're still talking about it. Are you and I part of the problem, or are we just covering a news story?
I don't think we are. I think we're covering a news story. I think what they're talking about in the main is the fact that we still have on social media, X in particular, the critics who keep on saying things like even the video that she shot where she announced her cancer was a fake video.
Oh, people saying where the wedding ring disappeared halfway through. Look, it is a real video. It is correct. It is.
Oh, I know it.
Really straightforward.
And
I know you're saying that, Charlie, but to any of the doubters out there, we both know that this is. I mean, this was put out because of all the misinformation, disinformation. I wonder if you feel she was actually forced into doing that video.
I don't think she was forced. From what I've been told this morning, that she and William had decided at least 2 weeks ago that they would be putting this video out. And the best time to put it out was on the night that they did it, because that's when the kids broke up for Easter. And I think they're now in Norfolk, where they're going to have complete private time. They're not going to attend the Easter service next Sunday, to allow her to recover. And I think it's right that the palace keeps saying, look, just leave her alone and let her get on with her life. She's got all these sort of things that she's got to sort out with the cancer, with the children and everything else. And I think it's right that she is left alone. I mean, it's hard to sort of say that newspapers are at fault here, although there are people I've been reading about, people sort of fed up hearing about royal stories and everything else. Well, that's just tough. But I don't think it's newspapers as such, because we are reporting what is going on. That is their function in life.
It's interesting, though, Charlie, we have seen some big figures in the media. We've seen Sarah Vine, for example, of the Daily Mail, saying that she had apologised because she was actually being critical of the royal family. But that to me, isn't the big... I mean, good for her for doing so and putting her hands up. That, to me, is not the big issue. I mean, China and Russia are spreading slurs against the Princess of Wales. They're seeing this. They're spreading disinformation. And a government source has told the Telegraph newspaper part of the modus operandi of hostile states is to destabilise things, whether it's undermining the legitimacy of our election or other institutions. And that is a big problem with the monarchy.
It is a big problem. You're absolutely right. I mean, and I'm still suspicious of all the effects over the last week or so of various stores who had their tills, stopped, whether that was something to do with China or whether it was just an internet glitch.
There's some stores, Sainsbury's, for example, denied that, Charlie, but certainly I think you're right to be suspicious. I mean, we had Greggs, McDonald's and Sainsbury's and Tesco, actually, all had problems within the same few days. It does seem a remarkable coincidence.
And Greggs. Don't forget Greggs.
Well, that's the most important bit. Can you get your sausage rolls, Charlie?
Yeah, you can't get a sausage. You couldn't get a sausage roll that day. I mean, it's all right them saying no, it wasn't China. I mean, I don't know if it was China or not. It's just Max has been a bit suspicious that there's so many of those companies were affected in that way. And I'm not so sure what they're trying to do. The destabilisation of Britain. Well, I don't think Britain will be destabilised. I don't think you can destabilise Britain. We've got these glitches that happen. And part of the problem is with our government is that we are allowing China or Chinese companies to come into this country and do all sorts of things. That's not helping matters.
You know the royals, Charlie. I mean, someone like Princess Catherine, Kate Middleton, whatever you want to call her, all of this furore is bound to have a horrendous effect on her, to say nothing of the treatment for suspected cancer that she's going through at the moment. But she does seem to be a very, very resilient person.
Yes, she does seem to be a resilient person. And of course, they have been stung by the criticism. Both she and William have been stung by the criticism and the accusations, quite a lot of it, which comes from America. They started off this where is Kate scenario and everything else. Right at the start, we were told that she had, this abdominal surgery and was going to be off work up until Easter. Well, since then, things, the goalposts have moved a little bit. It's a little bit more serious than that surgery. And, she's got to take time to process, as anybody has got to take time to process the fact that they're being told that they've got cancer. And then she's got to, she's a young mum, and she's got to tell her children who have 10, 8, and 5 as well.
And how do you even explain to a 5-year-old that story that, mummy's going through some serious health issues? And I mean, it's a very, very difficult thing for anyone, let alone someone who is so prominent in our society.
It is, but I think Catherine has been doing it right. She has told the children, mummy is going through some, is not very well, but is feeling fine now and will get better. She's got a very positive attitude, towards her, her cancer. And, God bless her for it, and best of luck to her. I mean, I don't know how you're going to stop all these idiots on X. I mean, it's just the Wild West. I mean, many people say that, but it is just appalling stuff that's on there.
Yeah, well, Charlie, thank you very, very much indeed. That's Charlie Rae there, former royal editor of The Sun.